name is Lauren Blakely, and I'm a senior at Oakland School for the Arts.
Where do you see yourself in 3 years and in 10 years?
In 3 years, I see myself practicing my vocal technique and being amongst those who I can call family, like Vocal Rush. The one thing that I really loved about Vocal Rush was the fact that they gave me growth or room to grow into my technique, and we had the opportunity to learn from each other and travel with each other, and this is when balance was first introduced to me. I had to balance my schoolwork with my artistic work and my priorities. Before I got into Vocal Rush, I would always see, people singing their solos and looking so beautiful and happy on stage, and I just knew that I wanted to be up there in the same position that they were. And when I got in, I realized that there's something much bigger than, a soloist singing by themselves and conveying the message themselves. It's about what we all can do to convey the message collectively as best as possible. And this is what has helped me to be a better singer and be a better artist. And in 10 years, I see myself practicing the same goals and sticking through with all my commitments. 3 values are commitment, integrity, and love. And I say commitment because when I joined Vocal Rush, I was asked to sign a contract. And I didn't know what was in the contract, but I knew I wanted to sing with Vocal Rush, so I just signed it. And I later found out that the contract was just a way to hold me accountable for the responsibilities of being in Vocal Rush, which were keeping my grades up, being respectful to everybody, teachers and peers, performing, gigging, and traveling. And I see commitment as a value because in this world, all you have is your word. And even if a paper contract isn't present, you still need to be able to fulfill your agreements and come through with your commitments. My second value is integrity, and I said integrity because I focused on trying to be great in this life, and I do not lie, do not cheat, I'm not deceitful, and that's very important to me because in this life you have to know how to manage healthy relationships, and I feel like integrity is the root to having healthy relationships. You have to be able to create and manage them, and I want to be treated the way I treat others, and that's why I make sure to be the best I can be. My last value is love, and I feel like everybody should be loved unconditionally, and this just with no motive. And this just brings me back to a situation where my friend uplifted me, and she pointed out my insecurities, and she told me, you don't need to have those because you're perfect the way you are. And the way she loved me is just, it was so deep, and I hope to one day love as deeply as she does.
What do you think is an artist's role or duty?
There are many roles that an artist can play, whether that be you singing background for somebody, you singing the lead, or you just being asked to harmonize. The fact is, there are many, but you need to understand the role that you play. And the second is the duties of an artist, and I consider these the 3 P's, which is to practice, to persevere, and to perform. And you have to keep up with these, and you have to stay on track with what you're doing. And the bottom line is that the show must go on. No quitting, no, I can't do this. You have to be prepared, and you have to be ready.
If you couldn't sing for a living, what would you do?
That's a funny question because I honestly don't see myself not being able to sing. I feel like I would find a way for my voice to be heard, whether that's me mentoring kids or teaching music theory to kids or just picking up an instrument and learning how to play it. If the only way I saw myself not physically being able to sing is if the doctor told me you shouldn't sing anymore, your vocal cords are damaged, and I'd even think about that for a second because with the right mindset, you can get over almost anything. And I think about my director, Lisa Forkish, who had a major vocal cord injury but she's doing great now. She recorded her own album, Love Warrior, and she's just a reminder, a constant reminder that you can get over anything with the right attitude.
What are your 3 biggest fears?
Well, I dream to expand and spread my knowledge of vocal music and give back to my community. I love my community, but they're in need and they could stand for some improvement. I feel like the success of my career will directly impact my community, whether that be me giving back to them by advocating for them, fundraising, giving them money, donations, whatever they need. I just want to be as inspirational as the OSA alumni who come to school and talk to me about their experiences and what they did wrong and what they did right. My second fear is that there's no roadmap after high school. All your life, people are telling you, take these classes and do this and you'll graduate and you'll meet the requirements, but when you're 18 and you're after high school, you don't get any of that. And I want to travel around the world and sing, but I feel like there's no formula, there's no roadmap for any of that. So I guess it's not really a fear, but it is something that is nerve-wracking. But with hard work and perseverance, I know I'll get through it because that's what I've used before in the past. And my last fear is not being a successful singer in the industry. I've been at OSA for 7 years now, and I consider myself a professional. But I see my friends taking jobs that will make them unhappy, and it just is kind of nerve-wracking again, because you see the competition and you know the industry is competitive. But honestly, I'm ready for anything. I've been trained and I'm ready.
What is your purpose for singing, and what's your reason behind it?
I've been singing all my life, so I can't imagine life without singing. When I sing, I feel weightless, like I can do whatever I put my mind to. And the reason I sing is to convey messages and get the audience to think about real life topics, real world topics. I love singing. Singing makes me feel happy. I feel amazing when I sing, and that's what I do it for.